You must understand how the mind works in order to effectively train the mental aspects. On the tennis court, have you ever addressed yourself in the second person using phrases such as, "How could you do that?" or "Why are you so stupid?" If that's the case, are you one person or two? A similar concept might appear in teachings related to meditation, but it's critical for athletes as well as anybody looking to apply their mind to recognize that each of us consists of two entities. First, you have your conscious self, who is like the commander, logical and cognitive. Then there's your subconscious self, which is like the operator that executes specific tasks from the commander. You might refer to it as self-awareness or internal dialogue, but your two selves, so to speak, have a relationship with each other whether you know it or not. That relationship can be toxic and destructive, empowering and uplifting, or anywhere in between, and it all boils down to Pavlovian conditioning. Ivan Pavlov was a famous scientist who ran an experiment that involved ringing a bell each time before feeding the dog. Eventually, the dog would automatically salivate at the sound of a ringing bell in anticipation of being fed. Similar to a dog, this is exactly how we condition ourselves over time to shape our own behavior. In tennis, fist pumping is a positive emotion, much like giving the dog a treat for good behavior. Punching your thigh would be equivalent to shooting the dog with a hose for bad behavior. So in terms of the commander best shaping the operator's behavior, simply go about rewarding good behavior and punishing bad behavior. It seems like common sense, but many players reward and punish the wrong things. Let's firmly establish that winning is out of your control by saying that you'll most likely lose to Roger Federer no matter how well you play. Assuming you played your best tennis against Roger, would you still punish yourself? Most players yell, "Come on," after winning a point, or "No" after losing, which has the same exact effect as punishing yourself for losing to Roger. Because winning is only a byproduct of executing fundamentals should be rewarded instead of winning. It's obvious that winning strongly correlates to executing fundamentals, but much like playing Roger, executing fundamentals doesn't mean you'll win. Therefore, you should reward yourself for winning a point on increased focus, for example, but not winning with lazy footwork. The line is crossed when players think that all winning is good and all losing is bad, and reward themselves that way. This sends mixed messages to the operator, by which the dog never learns to salivate, so to speak, because the disciplinary system is inconsistent. If you won with lazy footwork, be consistent punishing yourself. And if you lost a high-quality point that ended with a Herculean effort, be consistent rewarding yourself. So technically, you shouldn't be outcome independent in all aspects, but you should be very outcome dependent on factors you can control, such as effort level, and kick yourself every now and then to condition what is appropriate. Even in defeat or not playing well, always hold your head up high if you gave your best effort. That's something nobody can take away from you. Lastly, just be aware of how you communicate to your operator. It's said that communication is 55% body language, 38% tone, and only 7% of the actual words used. Whether the numbers are accurate, body language and tonality influence how you feel. Let's suppose you finally hit a volley winner after dumping several in the net. Saying, "Finally you made one," with annoyance and a deep sigh affects you differently than said jokingly with a smile. Even players without any intention of negativity, after slapping their shoulders after every mistake, will appear drooped over and feel dejected by the end of the match. The mind affects the body as much as the body affects the mind. For example, smiling releases endorphins that reduce stress and help relax you, while slouchy posture can sap your energy level. With the right body language, tone, and internal dialogue, you're sending positive signals to your subconscious self and putting your mind and body in the best position to succeed. The responsibility is yours because tennis is an individual sport. You don't have an on-court coach or teammates to create that healthy ecosystem of emotions. You must learn to generate that on your own. Thanks so much for tuning in today. As you can see, there's many other bodies of work on the human brain and the mind and how it all works. Now, what I've tried to do with many of these other concepts from many disciplines is take the fundamental concepts and apply them in a very tennis-specific way. So there are going to be many, many more videos in the future that I'm going to put out, sort of talking about a lot of these different mental concepts. Of course, there are more of the mental concepts included in the actual book, so click the link below to download the book. And please like and subscribe this video, again, if you want to continue being delivered content very similar to this. So thank you very much, and see you on the next audio.